YouTube! Welcome back, YouTube. Let me turn you up a little bit. What's going on, YouTube? What's happening? Thanks for being here with me again. Hey, it's working. It's working. This idea of putting this bench in the driveway, it's working, baby. See, I'm hitting day two. Day two all over again. We're gonna do this. You gotta do it too on your end. So we can do it together, you know what I'm saying? It feels good too. I was a little sore today from yesterday's workout. Just a little bit. But that's all right, the soreness eventually wears off. Then you start getting accustomed to it. But it's working for me. Putting it in my way. As soon as I come home, I ain't got no choice but to look at it. Get it in my head. And just start hitting it. Don't do nothing else, just start hitting it. It's working. That was my 100th rep right there. Just kidding. But I know you're thinking, hey, Peanut, what's all that crap on that wall you got behind you? I knew you was gonna ask. Let me pick you up for a second here. Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back. So, in addition to getting this workout going, as you know, I'm a truck driver. Been a truck driver for quite some time. I've driven all sorts of places in California. All sorts of places in other nearby states. And you know, as a truck driver, or just a driver in general, just somebody that's on the road all the time, probably like you are. You're probably on the road all the time too. Thing is, when you're driving, you gotta look around. You got to look around. You never know what type of gems you can find on the side of the road as you're going about your business driving around. You know what I mean? When I say gems, to some of y'all it may be junk. But to a keen eye, it's gems. So I broke out a couple examples of some of the things I find out here on the road that have become useful. To me, anyway. You ever just drive around and you might pass something and you say, man, what the hell was that? And you start thinking, was that such and such? Or was that this type of thing? Or that type of thing? Man, I wonder if it was. If it was, I can use that type of thing. Whatever it was, you know? Or I can make something out of that thing I'm imagining that I passed a few minutes ago. So then you might pass it again the next day. But this time you're keeping an eye out for the item that you saw on the side of the road, hoping that it's still there. That's how I am anyway. You know, when I see things that I could possibly get creative with, I automatically do that. It's a, I don't know, a characteristic that I have. I look at it as a positive trait. You know, I see certain things and I look at, okay, can I use it for its current situation, its current status, or can I turn it into something? You know what I mean? How can I use whatever item that I found, or whatever it may be? A lot of things can be revamped. A lot of things can simply be cleaned up and reused. You just have to use your imagination. Use this thing inside here. Use your imagination. So, like I said, I put a lot of miles on the road, personally and at work. And you never know what you can come across sometimes. For example, just the other day, I was driving on the freeway, just about to hit the exit to where I live. Next thing you know, red lights all in front of me. Traffic comes to a standstill. What's in the middle of the freeway, you ask? A ton load of chopsticks. Just trying to figure out how to say that correctly. Chopsticks. Brand new chopsticks in paper packages. All over the freeway. That could have been a come up for you right there. If you like to use chopsticks. I've never used them. Never had a desire to use them. So guess what I did? Drove right on past them. But they're right there. I could have opened the door to my car, grabbed a bag of 3. They weren't damaged, other than being out of the box, but they were in plastic. And then each individual pair was wrapped in paper, bundled in plastic bags. They're brand new, still good to use if you had a need for chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? So, right there's your example. Or maybe you had a restaurant. Maybe you knew someone that had a restaurant. Whatever. Could have been a come up. Right there. It's getting hard holding this phone while working out. You know what I'm saying? Or just after working out. I'm going to hit it again after this video. I had to squeeze one in for you guys. But here's some more examples here that I've come across while driving. This block of wood. This block of wood here. 4x6, 6x8, whatever it is. They come in handy if you're a car guy. They come in handy. Why? Let's say you got to take the body off a frame, or take the frame off a body of a car. Your jack stand only goes so high. You know what I mean? Jack stand only goes so high. But you find a nice piece of wood like this, stick that on top of your jack stand, you just gained 6 inches. Don't take that the wrong way. We're talking about cars here. We're talking about cars. Stay focused. But that'll help you out if you're a car guy. If you're a car guy, you can use that block of wood for all sorts of things. You gotta find use. You gotta see use in everything. Everything has a use. Those nice chunks of wood there, they fall off tow trucks. They fall off lowboy trailers, tractor trailers. They fall off all sorts of equipment on the road. A lot of things bounce around. That's what you want to look for. Especially if you're a car guy. Believe me, they come in handy. This milk crate. Who can't use a milk crate? There's 1,000,001 uses for a milk crate. You can put milk in it. If you stock it up on milk, right? You can put milk in it. Put anything in it. Help yourself get organized. You know? Organize your garage, organize your shop, Organize whatever it is you have. You find enough of those, you can really get organized. And believe me, I have a lot of them. I find them all the time. Simple milk crate. You start using those and stacking them up, you'll be constantly looking for those things. You know what I mean? Constantly. Because they come in handy. I'm sorry for the jerkiness here. Arm is a little tired. Emergency triangles. You can find those every so often too. Those are in case you break down. Truck drivers carry those. They're mandated to carry those. A lot of times when they break down, they place them behind the truck and the trailer. So when they get picked up by the tow truck, with all the confusion, chaos, and time being spent hooking up the tractor trailer to a tow truck, they get left behind. Sometimes you can find a brand new set. They come in threes. I got one here, but I got two more in my car. So I got a set that weren't brand new, but they serve as a purpose. You find something like that, keep it in your car. Keep that in your car. You know what I mean? They come in handy. They come in real handy. The time may come where you get broken down on the highway. Thing is, you don't want nobody to cream into the back of your vehicle. So you want to stock up on some flares. And if you happen to find some triangles like this on the side of the freeway, you better pull over immediately, because that's a hot item right there. Any other trucker that drives by, more than likely is going to pull over and grab them too. I actually have 3 sets of these. One is actually brand spanking new. Brand spanking new. I keep that set in my green truck. This one here, this set of 3, I keep in my little commuter. Like I said, you never know when you're going to use it. Never know when you're going to need it, but you want to be safe than sorry on the side of the highway. What we got here? Alhambra water jug, 5 gallon. I'm driving down the road in a work vehicle, get to a major intersection. It must have been 10 of these in the middle of the road. At least 10, maybe 15. In the middle of the road, on the side of the road, on the sidewalk, in the bushes. They were scattered all over the place. I told myself, you know what? On my return trip, I'm going to grab as many as I can grab. Why? Because they come in handy for all sorts of things. You want to collect pennies? I wouldn't recommend you waste your time on pennies. Matter of fact, the U.S. government just stopped the production of pennies, in case you didn't know that. But stock up on some change. Store your change in there for a year. See how much you get. It's going to be a lot of money. I've done that before. Cut the top off. Cut the cap off. Make a nice big opening on the top. If you're a shop guy, fill it with nuts and bolts. That's what I did with the other one I have. I just found this one today. So now I have 2 from that incident that happened at that intersection. So I'm sure you've heard the old saying, when somebody found something, they usually say it fell off a truck. Well, literally, these items fell off a truck. That's where you find some good things at, on the side of the road that fall off of trucks. I got a pallet that I found one day, long time ago. Not a wooden pallet, but a plastic pallet. the kind of Pepsi and Coca-Cola and whatnot use for their sodas and drinks or what have you. That pallet comes in handy. Again, let's say you have a shop. Sometimes liquids fall on the floor, but you don't want a particular item to get wet because it's on the floor. Stick it on a nice pallet. Pallets are good to have, especially if you can find a plastic pallet. Those are worth a pretty penny, but they're especially good to have for keeping things off the ground. And if you have a big enough shop, you can move things around in your shop if you place it on a pallet, if you have a forklift. That's not the case for me, but you have that option. But again, it's on the side of the road. And the thing about things on the side of the road is, if it interests you, you better grab it right then and right there. Because if you say I'm gonna come back and get it the next go around, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna already be gone. Because somebody else saw the value in what you saw. And they beat you to the jump. So you gotta be creative in your thoughts. Don't drive around nonchalant, not paying attention to your surroundings and your environment. It's just like people that scavenger hunt. They buy metal detectors. They go to beaches. They go to parks. They got their little shovel with them. They're searching for things. They're looking for things of value. They're looking for things that they can use, that they can sell, whatnot. Let me put you back down here. You're getting kind of heavy in this arm. But like I said, keep your eyes out while you're driving. You never know what type of goodies you're gonna find out there. Some things you can probably turn around and resell. You never know. But that is a good idea. Get yourself a metal detector. If you got spare time, let's say you're retired already. Get yourself a metal detector. They're a couple $100. Walking is good for you anyhow. So you're doing 2 things at once. You're walking around and you're searching for valuables. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Also, like they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You got people out there that dumpster dive on a daily basis. They go to these businesses, big businesses, Best Buy, Home Depot, all the major businesses, Walmart, the ones that they can get into their dumpsters. They dive into the dumpsters. And if you watch YouTube videos about that, you won't believe the things they find. Valuable things, prepackaged items sometimes, unopened boxed items sometimes. You post that stuff on eBay, post that stuff on wherever. But the opportunity is there. So always be on the lookout. Always be on the lookout for anything that's out there in the world. Don't go through this life with blinders on. You know what I mean? There's money to be made. You just gotta be willing to do what it takes. You gotta be willing to do what it takes to make that money. You know, nobody gonna give it to you like I told you. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Let's get it for 2025. 2025, let's get it. I'm gonna let you go before this car drive by and make a little noise. Remember, I got you. We're gonna keep it all the way peanut this year. Peace out.